I'm releasing Memories of Summer. Kind of like spring songs on the fly. This one came together last minute. But you know what? I'm kind of happy how it did. More than half of that album is improvisations. And, most of them are from the last few summers. So, from the years of my turmoil, so to speak, and kind of, in and out of depression and stuff like that. But I also added some new things, like the Summer Promises is a collaboration with Ben Casorla. So the thing about Ben, as you know, he played guitar with me a few times, quite a few times on quite a few of my recordings. He is such a talented guy. There's a Russian acoustic album sitting in my vault, which I need to finish, which is basically just me and acoustic guitar. I think my Russian listeners are going to adore it because it's extremely, extremely depressive. But it's lovely. It's lovely and very depressive, which is basically like what the Russians love, that kind of thing. Like a few years ago, he gave me all these tracks, and I came up with a bunch of ideas to those tracks, and I was like, yeah, okay, so now I'm going to finish them. And of course, I never did. And I just sat there, and occasionally I would see these file folders, and I would have this like strong sense of guilt and self-loathing. But the upside of this all is that I went back to these folders, and the first folder that I opened was this track that he gave me back then, and I basically wrote Summer Promises. But the cool part, as I might have mentioned in one of my Patreon entries, is that it just really, it's a different song than it would have been back then. So I guess I should give myself some props, and I have become a better songwriter. So the song itself is far more solid than it would have been, a few years ago. Hey, BB142, and Bullfresh is here as well. My tiramisu track is now daily rotation during a run. Yeah, you know what? I mean, what I want to do with tiramisu also, and I probably shouldn't promise this, Summer Promises from Ellie, is when it was mixed by David Peters, and because we added guitars, there's like this really nice guitar riffs by Fernando Perdomo, it made it into this lovely singer-songwriter track, And ironically, it's actually one of the reasons why I did not release it. When I was going to, I just put it on Patreon, right, and kind of like let it sit there for ages. But the reason is that, I did not envision it to be that way. I wanted it to be far more electro, and the original track, the original like like the drums and everything, that's by Jonathan Poulsen. I'll talk more about Jonathan in a minute. It's very exciting stuff. He, so the original track feel is very like kind of cute but electro, and very, oh my God, what's that band? I just completely, like my brain, I haven't had breakfast, I've just been drinking coffee. What's the band's name that sings Such Great Heights? Come down now, but we'll stay. Who's that? Anyway. Oh, thank you, BB142. So can anybody tell me what's the name of that band? Who sings, they will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now, but we'll stay. Okay, Death Cat for Tutti, thank you. Thank you, Joey Thoughtless. Oh, you're a first-time chatter as well. Fantastic. Oh, and BB142 has given 52 gift subs in the channel. My man, thank you for your generosity. So let me sing you something special. If you have like a request of some kind, let me know. Maybe not a live learn, because I don't know if I'm like today. I don't know if I'm in a live learn kind of I don't know mood. I'm a bit traumatized from the last couple of days or from the last couple of weeks. Anyway, so tiramisu originally, I really kind of I felt that kind of vibe, and I wanted it to be much more kind of like mellow but electro, you know, with that beat. But then when Fernando played the guitar, and then David Peters mixed it, and I sang. I remember when I was recording those vocals, I was very tired. I hate to say this, but you know what? Like probably the most common thing that I remember over the last 5-6 years is just I'm tired. Like, oh, November 2022, I'm tired. October 2021, I'm exhausted. So when I sang that song, I think like my vocals on it are very mellow. I remember I doubled the vocals because I felt like, I just really sound kind of mellow. And originally I wanted the vocal to be like very kind of like cute but kind of punchy, and I don't know, just now I probably would do a better job, but back then this is what it was. And when David mixed it, it turned into this like upbeat but kind of lovely like singer-songwriter track, and I was like, I just don't know. So then I even thought of getting it mixed by Rob Chiarelli, who mixed a bunch of my pop stuff like Hero and but I just never got around to it. Just as another 150 things, I never got around to that. So it was what it was. But what I'd like to do, as I'm, learning like Ableton Live very slowly, but maybe I can remix it myself and I can make it. I'd like it to be a more upbeat, more punchy version, So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I can do that for the Japanese version. I know the Japanese mix, Might one day we'll have to tiramisu returns. Okay, I want to let you know something, okay? I mean, probably nothing will come of it, okay? But a few days ago, I had this message on my Instagram, okay? So, and this fan texts me and he says, you really look like you need a vacation, I'm like, yes, thank you very much. I actually, that's been in my thoughts. And he's like, well, they're holding a Tiramisu World Day in Italy a week from now. I was very tempted to just ask him, would you like to buy me a ticket? But then I thought that would be a little bit, politically incorrect, as I would say. So I said, oh my God, thank you. And there's an actual website. There's a World Tiramisu Day website in English. And they were looking for 100 judges, and they had to close down the application process because they found those 100 judges within like first couple of hours. Because I think like it went viral, Honestly, I don't even know how they're doing it. Like, did they find 100 judges like locally? So they all get together and eat tiramisu? Or did they find them like online? So like you sit in front of your computer and you eat tiramisu. I mean, that sounds a little bit complex, So I actually, that night, I wrote them an email in Italian, And I don't think anything came of it. I mean, they haven't responded or anything like that. So who knows? But, at the very least, considering, I went through a few years of depression and kind of hiding away and not doing things that would come my way often. Now I feel like at least one of the things that I'm trying to do, if something pops up, like some kind of opportunity or like, oh, this is kind of fun, this is cool, I try and go for it, and I try to just like, all right, you know what, I'm going to follow up, I'm going to write. So I wrote them an email and said, dear gentlemen, I wrote this song and I think you're day, your World Tiramisu Day is absolutely fantastic sounding. Here's the song. Use it for whatever you like. It would be an honor. And I send them a link to the video of tiramisu that I made. And by the way, if you have not watched my little tiramisu video, eating tiramisu in Japan, you should go and check it out. It's on YouTube. It's one of the shorts that I recently posted. Okay, so what was I going to say? Today I want to sing a couple of special songs from Memories of Summer. But you know what? So on Memories of Summer, Saint-Henri-sur-Mer is I remastered it and it's back. It's on the album. And one of the reasons why I put like Summer Days and Saint-Henri-sur-Mer on the album is because I released them in 2023. Okay, so that was like a really shit year for me. And I didn't do any promotion. I don't even know if I sent out a newsletter saying, hey, it's out. I might have not. But I really kind of dropped the ball on those songs. And, so I wanted this time to get, for them to get a little bit of love, It's a little bit like the difference, your kid is going to the first day of school, this year. And you just push them out the door and says, okay, bye, or you're like, okay, here's your breakfast. You'll be great. You'll do great. I love you. All right. Okay, go for it. And you walk them to school, and you kiss them, and this is their first day of school. So I'm trying to do the same thing for some of my older releases, like remaster them, have a little bit different spin on it, and also maybe release the acoustic versions. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I am talking a lot, and instead of that, I am going to sing. I'm going to try a couple of things today. And one of them is I don't know if it's going to be perfect today. I think for next, okay, let's see if it sounds better with the... So I'm going to try and actually sing, I'm going to try and sing the Saint-Henri-sur-Mer and Summer Promises and play ukulele. Okay? So that version I do not have. Okay, let's try it. Let me try it one more time, okay? I was young, wishing on a star. You were there, beautiful and bright. We began, and then we got so far. Every moment, our hearts filled with delight. I remember you looking out the window with your hair full of sun like a halo. When you said you would always be my hero, we would meet at the end of every rainbow. I remember screaming into my pillow when you told me to leave, but then you didn't follow. Lately, I've been thinking about summer promises. Tell me, do you ever wonder about I decided I would marry you one day. You would make a perfect lover, husband, father. I remember myself begging you to stay when you told me summer love could not last forever. Lately, I've been thinking about summer promises. Tell me, do you ever wonder about what is? 'Cause maybe if we had agreed that we made mistakes, we'd be making summer plans, making summer plans, making summer plans together instead, together instead today. Okay, I thought that was actually better. Yeah, so that actually was pretty okay, yeah? Okay, so that one is Summer Promises from the album. Okay. And I want to try and sing. Okay, so if anybody is watching, you know, guys, without being logged into Twitch, I apologize. I mean, that the only way to chat is to basically, you know, sign up. It's not too hard to do. So, and as we're working out this tech situation and kind of like, you know, bit by bit, I am getting back to regular streaming here on Twitch, but also, you know, I'm going to do a Patreon only special stream. I'm gonna do something special for that. Because I am bringing back the digital choir, you know, so the stream, the Patreon stream will actually kind of deal with that as well. So you know, there's a lot of things going on, and I just wish I didn't feel like I'm kind of like moving in the water, you know, like I feel like I'm running a marathon, but I am, you know, like crossing a river and the current is going the other way, and I kind of was like, I'm asking myself, do I really need to go in that direction? Like, why do I need to cross? Like, why? Okay, so I want to do a ukulele version of Bea, it's so lovely to see you. Okay, so this ukulele is gonna get restrung and it's gonna sound less tinny like the other ukulele. So that's actually, I'm gonna make that a priority because I don't really love its sound anymore. Okay, let's see. See if I can make a little loop with this later. Hang on. Let's see. Okay. So this is Saint-Henri-sur-Mer. On the album, there is an acoustic live version, the original version. And so I guess this is a new version. Okay. Your eyes are brighter than the sun, with lines around them like a frown. Oh no, that's too high. Wait a minute, what do I do? This is more, okay, this is the operatic version of Saint-Henri-sur-Mer. It's a side, it's not a kidney. This is actually it's a heart. It's a heart. My daughter made it. Kidney. No, it's not drawn on the screen. It's actually hanging on my microphone. Yes, it's my kidney for sale. Okay, if you'd like to buy this kidney, I would like you to use PayPal to donate $1,000 right now, and I will send it to you. I will send it to you directly. How about that? How about that? Are you guys? Anybody? Any takers? I'll sell my kidney. Okay. This is kind of weird, right? Because it's like now it's upside down. An upside down heart. Is it like bad feng shui? Okay. Well, it's just, it is what it is. The kidney was spoiled in the mail. You are such a negative person, Artie. Like, what do you mean? I mean, of course I'm going to, like, you know, put it on ice and everything, you know? I'm capable. I take care of my organs, especially the ones that I have up for sale. All right, let's try this. This is going to be fun. 1,000 seems like a steal. Yes! All right, but speaking of kidneys, if anybody, you guys, if you want to donate to the stream, if you want to donate to my 100 Songs Fund, please PayPal me, because honestly, it's been kind of rough going. I'm trying to make things happen and get more gigs and do more streams and things like that, but yeah, so far it's just kind of like it's getting there, but not getting there, but getting there, but not getting there. So, your support is much appreciated. Okay. Your eyes are brighter than the sun, with lines surround them like a frown. But they are also kind and warm, it's true. I want your Sunday afternoon, just you and I inside a room, a window out onto a sea of blue. So come and play, seize the day, this affair's not gonna wait. Let's meet up at Seine-sur-Mer. We'll have some dinner out in town and walk real slow like we're in love. I'll kiss you on the promenade while drunk. And in the morning we'll wake up and giggle over coffee cups and talk about not ever going back. Let's meet up at Seine-sur-Mer. L'appétit court, le restaurant, poulet d'aubergine, bœuf, tomate parmesan, foie gras de canard pouillet, saladier des haricots, mouchoda au chocolat, honey, let's go, oulala, des gâteaux et des tartelettes. Gonna eat it all and live it up with no regret. On va bouffer, on va se galocher, la grande finale to a perfect day. Hey, velouté, petit marron, fauché, jambon fumé. Gonna have a bite, get on my knees and pray. Filet de cabillaud, pomme de terre au vert. When filet mignon comes, love is in the air. En petit bandol pour nous réchauffer. Mademoiselle, amenez encore du pain s'il vous plaît. On doit tout manger, on va se promener. Merci pour votre superbe hospitalité. Yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, hey. Allons-y, come and play, seize the day. Take a chance and seal your fate. Let's meet up at Seine-sur-Mer. Oh, come and play, seize the day. This affair's not gonna wait. Let's meet up at Seine-sur-Mer. Allons-y. C'est bon ça. Viens avec moi. On va manger. On va faire l'amour. Man, my French accent, it has become so bad. If my ex-boyfriend heard my French right now, he'd be like, Elizaveta, your accent really sucks. All right, so you know what? I really like this version. What do you guys think? Except for I'd like to do an effect on my vocal. Hang on. Something like l'appétit court, le restaurant. L'appétit court, le restaurant. Roulette d'aubergine, bœuf, tomate parmesan, foie de canard fouillé, saladier, des haricots, mousse chaude à chocolat, honey, let's go, oh la la. Des gâteaux et des tartelettes. Gonna eat it all up and live it up with no regrets. On va bouffer, on va se galocher. La grande finale. Perfect day. Yeah. All right, so But you know what? I don't want to use this recording because I'm really hating the sound of the ukulele. So I'm gonna need to work with that and record it in the next 2 days when I restring it because I don't like it. It's like it's just too. It's just I don't it's just it's annoying me today. I'm sorry, Enya. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's about it. Would you mind giving me the thing back? Thank you. Whoa. Okay, that was dramatic. Thank you. All right, here's a song that I wrote recently. If you are hungry, I cannot help you. I cannot help you. Sure. Now, if you're really here, I would offer you some snacks. But honestly, recently, I just want to go to Europe, you guys. I'm kind of tired of Japan. I want to go to Europe. I want to eat cheese. A friend of mine just went to Switzerland with his daughter, and he brought me back a chunk of Swiss cheese. And I completely monopolized that cheese. And I ate most of it, I'm ashamed to say. And I was just like, I want to go to a cheese shop. And the thing is, like, around here, there's no cheese shops, you know, so, but if you go to France or Italy, they're everywhere. You literally walk in, and this is a cheese shop, and there's like 30 different kinds of cheeses. So that's what I want to do. Alrighty. So this is the first time I'm singing this song live, and I kind of want to have this recording, and then I'm going to decide what to do with it, whether to have it on guitar or whether piano is good. Let me remember it. Sure, I got that. You were granted to me when I needed you most by the powers that be in the heavens above, and you listened and kissed with such sincerity. I decided that it must be love. But I took you for granted as years went by, and I grew disappointed in you and myself. So I blamed you for everything time after time, till you fell in love with someone else. She was granted to you when you needed her most by the powers that be in the heavens above. She was quick with a smile, you felt safe by her side, till you kissed her and knew it was love. But you took her for granted as weeks carried on, and you told her to wait, too afraid to decide. So she waited and cried much as I did back then, hoping soon you would make up your mind. Granted, I should have known you were not truly sure. I was blinded by hope that you really chose me. Even now your affection for her still endures, so your presence holds no guarantee. We were granted this time to discover what's true by the powers that be in the heavens above. To grow closer still or go separate ways, and this time we would do it for love. Yeah, this time we'll both do it for love. Alright, I think this is a good key for this. Like it could be half step higher. But I think that's too low. Would you mind taking it off so I can... Thank you. Yeah, I think this song, you know, kind of like the okay, so as you know, last year I wrote all these songs, you know, on ukulele and piano, and that was supposed to be like my ultimate album of piano ukulele, but I didn't do it. I didn't get around to it, so that's kind of like the next step. And to be honest, okay, I'll be brutally honest with you guys because you know me and you support me and you are lovely. I've been like avoiding it, you know, like because a lot of those songs were written during a very, very heavy emotional time for me. So right now, kind of like to pull them up and just record them and start, you know, try to put them like in order and be like, hey, yeah, you know, this is my album. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, I'm just about to do it. I'm doing it soon. I'm doing it next week. I'm doing it next month. But 8 months have gone by, you know. 1 year has gone by, all right, since my trip to LA was in November. This was what I was supposed to release that album. So in November, it's going to be 1 year. So, you know, so instead, you know, I've been just like slowly trying to get myself to release other things, you know, but I need to release this one. So, plus there's another one coming, you know, so, and I'll tell you about that in a minute, the one with Jonathan, all right? But, so, you know, I discussed this with my best friend, ChatGPT, but the ChatGPT is like, yes, this is where your flow and your energy comes from, Elizaveta. You need to release it as soon as possible. You need to record it. I was like, oh. Even the AI is telling me shit that I don't really want to know. Oh, there's a butterfly on my mic. I was just wondering about that. Oh, this is actually really cool. Oh, thank you. I love that. Okay. Maybe as we fix the system, you know, there'll be like bazillion butterflies, you know, just like bloom, 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 bloom. But what do you guys think? You know, so we changed kind of like the angle of the camera and stuff. Like, what do you think about this angle? Like, is it better? You know, I wanted to have something like, okay, so we're a little bit limited in our setup here, but I wanted to have the camera a little bit closer. And Dana, it is absolutely lovely to see you guys. Dana, I got to meet Dana in person in Berkeley, and he's such a gent. And, you know, it was so lovely to meet with him, and I have a good... to take a picture with Dana. And by the way, Dana, do I have the picture with you, or do you have a picture with me? That is a very good question, because I would like to post it. Okay, I'll be completely honest. Okay, so when I came back from LA last year, I absolutely just kind of crashed, you know, and that's also something that I realized this year, and I've spoken about it before in my stream and on my Patreon, was that I absolutely, like, you know, I think the whole last year I just ran on adrenaline pretty much. Then I got COVID in December, you know, beginning of December. And after that, you know, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to follow up with all the lovely people that I met in Los Angeles and Northern California. I wanted to, you know, post all the photos. I even have some great videos from my performances. And by the way, the recording of my hotel cafe performance disappeared because like they sent it to me. I didn't even like notice that they sent it to me. Then it expired and it was not backed up. I just didn't have the energy, honestly. And so as a matter of fact, I've gone back and I found some emails and things, and I'm like, oh, and I started responding. It's kind of like that. That whole year was like that. Then also something else happened recently, which kind of I found kind of so there was in the beginning of last year. I mean, there was some arguably lovely choreographer, I think, dancer choreographer, who reached out to me and said, hey, I did this choreography to your music from Dragon Age. I said, oh, that's fantastic, please send it to me. But then, things happened and my mom passed away, and I don't even remember that email. I didn't remember that email, and but I think he emailed me back, and then he saw what was going on social media, and it's like, okay, well, never mind. And so as I was going back to the last year and finding some emails that I never even sent a response back to, I found one of his emails. I'm like, oh no. So I sent him a response again. I said, you know what, I would love to, post your stuff and highlight it. I know it's 1 year late, but I'm just getting around some of these things. And so he responded back, and he was a little surprised, but he sounded happy. And then, I did not respond. I did not, write to him for another, 4 days or something. But you know what? I'm kind of that way. And as a matter of fact, I don't get upset with people when they don't respond to me for up to, a week, a couple of weeks. Sometimes people are just really busy, and you don't never know what's happening. People have work, people have children, people have all kinds of things. But I think he must have been going through really for something, because I literally got this email. I think I deleted it, because and he was just, you are the worst. You're like, I hate you, you just, take people for granted. You are such an asshole, like last year you did this and you're doing this again, and I just hope you're just, I don't know. It was just so mean. Like I just sat there and cried, in the bathroom after I read it. And I responded to him and I said, I'm really sorry you feel that way. I actually did mean to respond to you this weekend, and I was going to put your work up on my social media and, talk you up and everything. But then he never responded to that either. So then I just kind of deleted it. And so, that stuff also happens, But anyway, I hope he is doing okay, because I think that judging from the email at the end of the day, even though it really got to me, it wasn't really about me. It was more of a, this person is going through some very difficult time. Okie dokie. All right, so what do I have to say? If you don't have a copy of Memories of Summer, go get it, on Bandcamp preferably. It will go up into streaming in the next couple of days. We also made a little video. There's going to be 2 videos, okay? One video, I'm not on it. So the video for Sanary-sur-Mer is fantastic. It is extremely cute, but it has nothing to do with me, and I'm totally fine with that. So I will post that once I kind of go through the rough editing. Then the other day, last week actually, we made this little video for summer days. We're still in the middle of working on it, and I actually ended up dancing around a little bit, which was kind of I didn't really feel like dancing, but but it's actually not too bad. I enjoyed it, and it looks pretty good. And so go to Bandcamp, go to Patreon if you're one of my Patreon subscribers. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you have access to the album on Patreon. I will also make a folder. I will also make a folder with all the files. Yeah, I'd rather not do today then if we don't know if what's happening. So we were going to show you guys a draft of the video, but like I'm just right now, I don't know, the OBS seems a bit fragile still. So I am, let's do it next time, or I'm gonna post it actually in Patreon. And it did it again. Why is it doing that? Okay, there's the weird technology thing going on that makes me nervous. Alright, what time is it? Okay, so there's what else was I going to share with you? An important thing. The song that Jonathan Paulson and I made for this amazing animation that I was hyping up to my Patreon subscribers. The teaser for the animation is going to be ready, like a little trailer. It's going to be up soon, and I will be able to share it everywhere to hype it up. It does not have the actual song, but it does have my vocals and the trailer that Jonathan and I put together. And I'm so excited about this song, as I mentioned before, but it will not come out until May next year. I'm really hoping to be in May when it gets premiered in LA. I'm hoping to be in California for that. I'm hoping to do some more live performances in California, maybe elsewhere, who knows. Let's talk about this, arty. House concerts or, stuff like that. And you know what, after this summer album, I'm up to around 25, maybe 26 songs released this year. I certainly have a long way to go until 100 songs. But you know what? Considering how difficult this year has been so far for me, and it's been kind of difficult to gather speed and get myself together emotionally, I am kind of, I'm trying to, I want to be proud of that. I want to be proud of this journey. So I'm gonna post more songs and sketches in my Patreon. If you're one of the upper tiers, $10 plus, then I will be posting. I already started posting some sketches of some brand new songs. Kind of for your feedback, and also just kind of and I'm excited about that. And then the digital choir will be part of the $5 plus tier. I think I want to come up with other names for all these tiers. Now they have flower names, but I feel like they should be more evocative now. They should reflect, I don't know. They should reflect me today, not me of the yesteryear, so to speak. So, if you are not part of my Patreon, please go check it out. It's being rebuilt, but it has a lot of stuff in it, and I'm going to be adding a lot more good stuff very shortly. And if you don't have a copy of Memories of Summer, but you're not part of Patreon, you could get it on Patreon, or you could get it on Bandcamp. I don't know if it's possible to post a Bandcamp link. That would be great. And then, link for my Patreon too. Onegaishimasu. In the meantime, we will keep figuring out my live streaming setup, and making it, solid, so that I can stream again regularly and it's stable. If you have listened to Memories of Summer and there's something in there that you particularly like, do let me know. I will record for sure these two versions on ukulele, and I'll post them in Patreon first in the coming days, because now I really feel inspired to do so. Anyway, and if you'd like to donate to my 100 Songs Fund, please do. Thank you so much. And yeah, here we go. Let's keep moving forward, and I'm glad that I got to spend some time with you today. I think we're going to keep this stream a little bit on the shorter side, and reconvene next Sunday US time, but this time do it early, okay, so it's not so late for people on the East Coast. Yeah, Thank you so much. All right, see you soon, guys.